Hi, are you sick in your body? I want to tell you a testimony that happened to me about 4 weeks ago. A woman came up to be prayed for, and she had had some stomach issues, and the stomach issues had been there for quite a while, years in fact, but they were especially had gotten bad in the last 4 months. And we prayed for her. It was actually myself and a very young little girl that came with her faith, and we laid hands on her and prayed, and the pain completely left. Now, she's been to a lot of doctors, she said, and no one could figure out what was wrong with her. Now, again, that was about 4.5 weeks ago, and I spoke with her this past Sunday, and she said, yep, all the pain's gone. I'm healed in Jesus' name. I want to read you a story in Mark. It's the woman with the issue of blood. It says, when she heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd, and she touched his garment. For she said, if only I may touch his clothes, I'll be made well. And immediately the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of the affliction. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that power had gone out of him, said, who touched me? And but his disciples said, you're have the multitudes thronging you, and you say, who touched me? And he looked around to see who had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell down before him and told him the whole truth. And he said to her, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction. And I want to encourage you today on a couple of things with that. Listen, she heard. I just told you about a testimony. You just heard a great testimony of where someone's been completely healed in their stomach. And then she said, she went a little further. She spoke on what she heard, and she said, if I can just touch him. And I want to encourage you, if you can just begin to say, if I can just touch Jesus with my faith, I know that I can be well. And I want to encourage you that you can be made well. Yeah, so I just want to pray for you real quick. Father, I thank you for anyone that's watching this video that may be having actually stomach problems themselves. And Father, I just release the power of God into their stomach, and I command it all to be gone. If there's any pain in their body or any sickness that maybe they've gotten a bad diagnosis, Father, I pray for them, and I just release your power to heal and make whole every part of their body in your mighty, mighty name. You've heard the testimony. You've heard what the word says. And now begin to say, if I can touch Jesus with my faith, I know that I can be made well.